Today, people's online lives aren't limited to one device and one screen. Instead, they have multiple ways of getting things done and accessing the internet. Our applications and services need to learn to live in this cross-device reality. It matters because in the United States, half of the people with a laptop also have a smartphone. A third of the people with a smartphone also have a tablet, and an increasing number have all three. Folks with multiple devices in their lives tend to use them together in interesting ways. Many will use them sequentially, that is, switching between one device and another. In fact, they pretty much do that every day. But it's not just sequential use, it's also simultaneous use. That is, using smartphones while the TV's on, taking advantage of the phone while using a laptop, or using the laptop with the TV. These examples of cross-device use are more and more prevalent, so it helps to understand what kind of scenarios are we dealing with and how our applications can take advantage of it. To illustrate, let's look at some cross-device use. Access, flow, push, and control. Access is simply the ability to get to your stuff on different devices. So an application that's been created for a two-in-one computing platform should be accessible on a smartphone as well. That is, the info and content I see here, I can call up on my phone when I'm no longer near my convertible device. But it isn't just content that we want to freely flow between our screens. We also want our processes to move as well. That's flow. To illustrate flow, let's look at a simple task. Here I'm inputting some data, and what I'll do is I'll actually take a little slider here, move it over, shift it a touch more, and then highlight a couple checkboxes with some information that's relevant to this task. Maybe I get halfway through and don't finish. When I move away from this device and switch over to my mobile, I can pick up right where I left off. That's flow, the continuation of a process across the screens in my life. Now my screens can also do more for me. That is, one can send information or files to the other. Imagine a big screen display and a tablet or an undocked two-in-one screen. The two-in-one screen can mirror to my large wall-size display, giving me a larger area in which to view important information like map details or smaller, more detailed data. The two-in-one form factor is actually a really interesting one for cross-device scenarios. I can move from clamshell mode to convertible mode by undocking the screen. Once the screen's in my hand, I no longer need to use it just by itself. In fact, I can use it to control another device. Which brings us to the last of our cross-device use cases. With control, one device acts as a driver for the other. So our unhinged two-in-one screen can act as a remote control for the large wall-size display behind it. If I want to bring that map up I saw earlier, I simply tap that button here, and ta-da, it shows up behind me. All these cross-device use cases are really the beginning. That is, providing access to our content, continuing the flow of our processes across screens, allowing one device to push content or information to another, or letting one device control the functions or the display of another. Designing for cross-device use means a few things. First and foremost, acknowledging that this reality is here and taking it into account in our planning, design, and development. It also means thinking about the strengths of each device in a cross-device scenario. That is, some devices have big screens, others are highly portable. We really should play to each of their strengths when we think more holistically about the experience we're trying to create for our businesses and for our customers.